Hello, hello, hello. I'm Erica Lynn, better known as Erica Lynn Speaks.
If I can think about it for a second, learn to live life for the better. I had hard times, got a life coach for depression, got a life coach for depression. Now it's all mine, living days full of hard times. Erica Lynn, work on your mind, let's get on your grind. Working on the feelings inside, Erica Lynn got me on the rise.
Erica Lynn speaks, so the Erica Lynn speaks, so the Erica Lynn speaks, yeah, yeah. Erica Lynn speaks, so the Erica Lynn speaks, so the Erica Lynn speaks, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, alright. Looking up when I fell on hard times. Hard times, they changed my mind. Got my head up, looking to the sky. Miss Lynn, she changed my life. Looking up when I fell on hard times. With her unique design. Got my head up, looking to the sky.
Erica Lynn speaks, so the Erica Lynn speaks, so the Erica Lynn speaks, yeah, yeah. Erica Lynn speaks, so the Erica.
Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl, Erica Lynn, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Erica Lynn Speaks podcast. Y'all know how we do it over here. We like to play big or go home. Who do we play big for? We play big for you and you and you and ourselves, right? For everybody, because playing big is not always easy. Sometimes you can think about playing big, but your actions don't follow up. So in your mind is like, how can you get your mind and how can you get your actions to follow what your mind thinks, right? That's what's most important. And today on today's podcast, I'm going to be giving you some steps to help free your mind so that your action can follow. But before we get started, I want you to share this podcast with everybody you know. Just share with everybody you know. I mean, everybody. I don't care who it is. Mother, sister, cousin. Tell the cat, come on, sit next to me and watch Erica Lynn. Erica Lynn's on. Anyway, you guys, happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. We are in the second episode of the month of decluttering, right? All month we have been talking about for the first episode, I talked about how to declutter your mind through brain dumping, how to release all of that stuff that you got holding you up here, and it's preventing you from playing big. Because when I say play big, I want to make sure that I'm providing you with all the tips and the tools that you need in order to play big, right? So for today's episode is some more things that I got to share with you. We're going to talk about how to declutter your home room by room. How many people need to declutter, at least if not your whole house, one room, at least one room in your house? Let me get a show of hands. Like, can I get a thumbs up, a like, or something? Say, Erica, is something in my room, in my house, in my life that's cluttered, and I need to be free. I need to be free so that I can do everything that I need to do. So rather you tackle it as a part of downsizing, because some of you guys might want to move, or some of you all just saying it's just too much stuff in here, or just simply you want to simplify your life. Decluttering an entire home, it is a big job, because I remember starting jobs and in the middle of it, I just wanted to quit or give up, or it's like an all day task or all week task and an all month. How can you do this without being so overwhelmed? But I'm going to tell you, the best way to make decluttering easy is doing it in stages. Focus on room by room. Jeannie says she want to declutter her house. That's right. And so I hope this podcast really, really helps somebody today. But the best way to declutter is to focus on one room at a time, one space, or even one zone within that room. So just for example, like your kitchen cabinets, that's a zone. You can focus on your kitchen cabinets today. You can pick your pantry and focus on your pantry, but don't ever try to do everything at one time, because it can be overwhelming. But completing the job fully before moving on to the next space, that's the key. Complete that before you move on to the next thing. This will also help build your confidence as you experience visible and success at each step. So have you ever cleaned your kit, like if you have a whole bunch of papers and newspapers, or your mail, like, because your mail come in, a lot of people just throw it on the table. and you just like, when you come home or you walk in that room, you feel overwhelmed, or you feel like, oh, this is so cluttered. But it's like, how would you feel if it wasn't clutter? How would you declutter it? Well, you would start with that, would start with the mail first, then start with the newspapers first, then start with other papers, but put them in the piles, organize them, shred them. But we're going to go through all of that in more detail today on this podcast. But I want to tell you about the benefits of decluttering your home. How many people know that there is benefits to a clean house, right? There are many benefits to decluttering your home. Not only will decluttering free up physical space in your house, but it will also free up your mental space, and give you clarity. When your home is cluttered, it can be difficult to focus or relax. But when it is decluttered, you will feel more organized or in control. Do anybody know what I'm talking about? Like a clean house means a clean mind, a clean spirit. And then what about people who's trying to get out the door to go to work in the morning, or you always feel like you forgot something, or you can't get it together, you always rushing because you don't know where anything is at. So we're trying to help simplify that process today. I hope this really, really helps somebody who is struggling with having a cluttered house, which ultimately is preventing them from having a clear mind. So in addition to decluttering, you can have a positive impact on your finances, right? So when you declutter, if you, like most people, you probably spend a lot of money buying the same thing over and over again, right? And because you've like, I think I bought that, or I don't know, I think I got one somewhere at home, but I don't know. So then you buy it again, right? And then you use it just to find out that you already had it. But how would you feel if you decluttered your house and you actually knew what was in your house, so that you're not purchasing the same thing over and over again, and which relates to you saving money, right? This will save you time and money. How many of us need extra money, and how many of us need a whole lot of time? And finally, decluttering can be environmentally friendly. It's a way to reduce waste. If there's something in your home that you don't need anymore, consider donating it to the thrift shop or giving it away to someone who will use it. Because if you're not going, there was like a rule of thumb. I remember when I was selling skincare products, I learned the rule of thumb. If you haven't used those products in over a year, why are they still in your cabinet? Why? How come every time you open up your medicine cabinet, you see that face wash that you never use, or you see that makeup that you don't use anymore? Sometimes when you hold on to things too long, it develops bacteria. It loses its potency. So why are you holding on to something that you can't use anymore, or may ultimately result in irritating your skin? And so let's get rid of it. If you don't use it, throw it away or give it away, right? Throw it away or give it away. But once you've decluttered your home, you will be amazed at how much more space that you will have, how it feels. Oh my God, it feels amazing. Decluttering can also help reduce stress by allowing better organization in your home or office. When everything has its place, it makes life a lot easier. Oh my God. I'm telling y'all, I'm not telling, every week I say that. I'm not telling y'all something that I haven't tried. But I'm going to tell you later on how I tried it. But you don't need to have any fancy tools to declutter your home, but you do need 5 baskets or 5 bins defined for 5 purposes. So that's what I'm going to give you guys today. We're going to talk about those 5 baskets or bins that you're going to need. And we're going to talk about 6 ways that you can use them. So 5 for 6. You guys got it? 5 baskets or bins. So I hope you guys are taking notes, because, or you can always go back and watch the podcast. I like that too. But take some notes, because we're going to go through these 5 baskets or 5 bins that you can use today to help you recycle. Okay. So the first one is you need a put away bin, right? And you're going to label it put away. This container is for items that have crept out of your storage spaces. This could mean a coffee cup in the bathroom or a sweatshirt in the kitchen. There are items that will go back in their designated spots. So this is the put away bin. So you know how you be walking around the house? No, I got one better for you. Let me interrupt my comment. Being at my mom's house, right? There's more than one level. And whenever, sometimes going up and down the stairs is it can be annoying. And so when my mom or my grandmother, because my grandmother started it, you take things that go upstairs, it would sit on the banister, or sit at the foot of the banister, or sit at the steps. So whenever somebody goes upstairs, then they would take that item upstairs and put it away. Right. And so I know I got some family on here that know what I'm talking about. Y'all remember grandma used to say, put it on the banister and take it upstairs. Well, that is my grandmother's way of having a put away bin, which was the stairs. But now in this day and age, get you a bin, a put away bin. So as you go into each room that I'm going to discuss with you through the podcast, now you have this bin that you know everything that goes in this bin has a place, a space, a spot. It goes somewhere, it belongs somewhere, but it does not stay in the bin, right? It don't stay in the bin. Deja says her pen is ready. Okay, Deja. And Teaser, the T Diva, says peace, organization. Hey, Teaser. And Jeannie gave us a thumbs up. Thank you. So now after you've got your put away bin, so the next bin you're going to need is your recycle bin. So your recycle bin, this bin is for items that need to be recycled, such as paper, plastic, or glass. You know, I don't know if everybody recycle, but these are some things that you can put into your recycle bin. I have a recycled garbage can. It's one of those simple human garbage cans. You talk to it, it opens up, but in the inside of it, it has a side for like the plastic, and bottles, and then of course it has the garbage side. And then there's an extended version of the garbage can I have. There's another little bin where you can put like small shavings. So like if you cut up potatoes or cucumbers or things like that, then you can, because that comes detached and you can put it on the counter as you're like cooking and throw stuff away. Because how many times people get tired of running over to the garbage can. But anyway, that garbage can is designed for you to be able to put things in it. And so get you a recycle bin. Most people have those blue bins at their house or a yellow bin, but have you a recycle bin so that you can put it on the curb if you have that recycle service that comes, or when you go to the grocery store. A lot of grocery stores have a place for you to feed those plastic bottles, but it does make the environment better. And have you ever thought about this? When you throw all of those bottles and stuff away in your actual garbage, it uses up space in your garbage bag faster. So if you have a separate place, then that gives you more room in your garbage bag. So you know you don't have to take your garbage out as often, you know, unless you throw some stinky things away in there, right? And so next we have, for number 3, your third bin, what you're going to need is a fix or mend bin. A fix and mend. Let me pull it up. You need a fix or mend bin. So what a fix and mend bin is, use this container for items that need further tinkering, such as a pair of shoes that you love, but which need to be cleaned. Or you know how you have that shirt that you need to fix the button on. Put that in the fix or mend bucket, so that you know that you got to fix that button. Because if you hang it back up in the closet, you're not going to fix the button on the shirt. You're going to put the shirt back on and you go, dang, I forgot to fix the button. Then you're going to wear the shirt. Then you're going to wash it and hang it back up and put it back on. Oh, I forgot to fix the button. So put it in the fix or mend bin so that you know everything that's in this bin, it has to be fixed or it has to be mended in some type of way, right? So I hope that makes sense. Next, we're going to have the trash bin. So this trash bin, you designate one basket for items that you can throw away, things that can go into the household trash immediately, whether it's paper, just things that you know is garbage that you're not going to use. An old purse that's raggedy, the leather is worn out and chewed up. You couldn't donate it. I'd be offended you donated to me. You know what I mean? Things that you know has no value, no use. You have no reason to keep holding on to it. So throw it away, throw it in the trash bin. And lastly, the donate bin, right? The donate bin, you designate one bin for items that you can donate to a charitable organization or another person. These should be items you can imagine another person wanting or needing. So if you know somebody that needs something, it's a pair of shoes that you know you're not going to wear anymore because you used to wear those high heels, but you just can't get it off anymore because your feet hurt. You have clothes that are too big because you've lost weight. You can't fit them anymore. And so you need to give them away. Or what if your clothes are too small and you put on a little weight? And so you need to still give those clothes away. So if you put them in the donate bin, what I love about having a donate bin is this. How many people have taken clothes off the hanger? Say you're going to donate them, you're going to give them away, you're going to do something, and you put them in a garbage bag or a bag. And you say, the next time I go past the charity organization, I'm going to drop them off. Or the next time I go past the Salvation Army, I'm going to drop them off. Well, when you put them in that bag, long time ago, I've had stuff in the bag that just sat there because I didn't know what was inside of the bag. It's just sat there. And every time you leave out of the door, that bag is still there. Every time you come in, but you never take the bag out of the house. So if you put it in the donate bin, then you have to look at this because the bin is big and it's probably in the way to make sure that you donate these items to someone who need them, that can be of value of some use. Don't just let them sit in the bin, or don't just let them sit in the bag. Make sure that you donate it, right? So those are the 5 bins that you're going to need. Kim said that rules. Hey, Kim. And he also says, I have fixed and men folder. Oh wait, I have a fix and men folder on my PC for mixes. Oh, that's pretty cool. So Kim does music. So he has taken these ideas for physical things, and he uses them on his computer to fix, like he does, fix the music or whatever he needs to do to it. So anyway, thank you for that. So you can use bins, baskets, or even just cardboard boxes for these tasks. Bring these bins into each room. Every time you go into a room, take them into the room with you. And if you don't feel like dragging them into each room, find you a neutral spot like the hallway or like the entryway into the living room, wherever that is easy accessible when you go from room to room. The important thing is you want to be able to, when you go in that next room, take that stuff out and put it in that bin. So here are the best ideas on how to use these 5 bins on decluttering each room. So remember, I told you I was going to give you guys 6 things that you can use. So we're going to go into the first room. So the first room that we are going to declutter is the bathroom. How many people need to declutter their bathroom? Like, seriously. Like, and I was talking about that earlier. I just mentioned like one thing, but how many people honestly need to declutter their bathroom? Teaser said she just dropped off 2 bags of clothes at the Value World. See, that's pretty cool, Teaser, because I'm right behind you. I got a whole closet full of clothes that needs to go. But we're going to start with the bathroom. So to make it not so overwhelming, we're going room by room. So when you start with the bathroom, you start with your medicine cabinet. Take everything out and discard outdated medications, outdated makeup, and outdated products. Like I said, put everything that you're going to keep immediately back into the cabinet, storing the items that you use the most. The items that you use the most, put them eye level. So when you open the cabinet, then you're able to see the things, see, reach, and use the things that you use the most. Now, next, you're going to move on to the cabinet drawers. How many people got a bunch of stuff in their cabinet drawers that you probably don't even know what's in there? Remove everything. Take everything out the drawer. And mind you, when you take everything out these cabinets and these drawers, make sure you spray and wipe it down, right? Because you get the dust and the particles. Might find a few critters or something. I don't know, but take it all out and remove everything. So do a quick evaluation of what you keep in, what you toss in, what you need, what you don't need, but put the things that you're going to need and keep right back in the drawers. And with the items that you most often use, put them at the top of the drawer, like the top drawer, because some people have like 2 and 3 drawers in their bathroom. So the items that you use the most, put them at the top drawer, and then so on, the less often used, the drawers underneath that. But I don't even have any drawers in my bathroom. So I have baskets. So I do have to go in and organize and keep my baskets clean because they can get overwhelming. Trust me. So now that you do you do the same routine. You move on over to the shower and you finally pull everything out from below the bathroom sink. You got to pull all of that stuff out, wipe the sink out, and declutter each item. So you probably got cleaning products from 1957 down there, things that you never used. The bottles is all crusty. Like, throw that stuff away and keep the most recent, the things that are not outdated, because cleaning products do get outdated as well, right? So declutter, throw it out, wipe off the cabinets. And then lastly, everything that you did have that, I'm sorry, everything that you did not have at home can be quickly sorted into 5 baskets or bins you have staged for your purpose. So remember, we talked about the 5 bins. So you had a toss bin. So everything I'm telling you to throw away, put it in the toss bin. Everything that could have been recycled, you put it in the recycle bin. Everything that, like for me, I have a young adult daughter. So things that I don't want anymore, then I will put it in the donate and say, well, hey, Deja, I got this hairspray that I'm not going to use, or this shampoo. But in any event, you can donate it to somebody because someone somewhere need it if it's still good and it's within this aging, right? So I hope that bless somebody. Did that tip help you with how to get started on decluttering your bathroom? Starting with your bathroom, starting with the cabinets, then moving on to the drawers. Because some people can go into a room and you just taking stuff out everywhere, all over the place. And oh my God, that gets overwhelming. The goal here is to clean your room, which ultimately help cleans and gives you a clear, clutter-free mind so that you can move forward. The next room that we are going to focus on is the bedroom. How many people need to clean their bedroom? Do you need to clean your room? Teaser, do you need to clean your room? Auntie Jeannie, do you need to clean your room? Deja, is your room clean? So, first of all, when you go to clean your bedroom, there's one thing that you could do to clean your room that probably makes the whole room look like, oh, like you remodel it. Well, the first thing that you got to do is you got to make your bed, right? How many know is when you make your bed, that's like taking care of half of the problem, right? Make your bed. When you make your bed makes you feel like you're having progress, like you're decluttering your bedroom while an unmade bed is staring at you in your face. Then you feel like you haven't accomplished anything or did anything. So first, make the bed. So that's the first thing that I do in the morning. Like, I wasn't consistent with it at first, but now as soon as I get out of bed, I go instantly started making up the bed and fixing the pillows, like so, because many of us got all those fancy covers with the fancy pillows. And what I learned about that is when I make my bed, and I could be working all day, when I come home in the evening and I go into my room, I don't feel overwhelmed. I just feel at peace, like this is my sanctuary. So making your bed is the first step to decluttering your bedroom. When I said, do anybody need to declutter their room? Kim said, me. She said she needs to clean her room too. And Auntie Jeannie said she needs to clean her room too. That's what's up. Like, but when you so after you make your bed, right? That's the first thing you do when you're decluttering your room. So the second thing you do is you start with your nightstands and remove anything that does not belong in your nightstand. I'm not saying don't keep that candy that was back from Halloween last year, throw it away. Those broken glasses, the glasses that you need to read with at night and they broken, but you bought a couple of new pairs since then. Throw them away. What are you holding on for? You could go to the store and get reading glasses for $2.50. Throw them away. Stop holding on to it. But and then if there's things that need to be put somewhere else and you was too lazy to put it somewhere else because you got in the bed, put it in the put away bin. That's what the put away bin is for. Toss it in the put away bin. So whenever you go to that next room to where it actually belongs, then you can take it out to put it away bin and put it in its proper place. I hope this is helping somebody here. This may include books you already read, because most of us read our books at night, right? And you don't go and put the book back on the shelf that you got it from. So take the book out your nightstand and put it in the put it away bin. Like I said, your broken glasses. We probably got a lot of ink pens and pencils and paper and mail in your nightstand. It don't belong there. It don't belong there. Put it in your put it away bin or put it in your trash bin, because your trash bin, you ultimately can use it as a shred bin too. So some of those papers have to be shredded. But get it out of your nightstand, because what happens is when you fill your nightstand up with all that stuff, then eventually you won't be able to close your nightstand because you're like, oh my God, there's too much stuff here. So put it away. I'm telling you guys, it'll make you feel so much better. Throw it out, or recycle anything that you no longer use, such as empty tissue boxes. Do somebody got any empty tissue box in their nightstand? I need to know. I'm gonna have to come to y'all house and check out y'all house. Um, Tissue boxes, pens that have to go, that pens that lost ink, like you still holding on this dry, or chargers that no longer work, like you still holding on to phone chargers and things. Do the same with the top of the dresser drawer. So after you clean out the nightstand, then go to the dresser drawer, start at the top of the dresser and work your way down drawer by drawer, your chest, your bureaus. Pay careful attention to any clothes that is strewn about. I mean, any clothes, just grab them, put them in a donate bin, or fold them up neatly and put them back in the drawer the way they belong. Anything that needs folding, hanging, hang it up. Don't just throw it in the drawer. Actually grab a hanger and hang it up. And that also can go in your put away bin. If like things need to get hung up and your closet is way over there, then put it in your put it away bin. So when you go over to the closet, then you'll be able to take those items out of the put away bin and put them in your closet. If you're afraid that it may wrinkle further, then you can lay your clothes down flat on the bed until you get to the point to where you're going to either iron them and hang them up, or hang them up so that the wrinkles can mysteriously fall out. Go through each bureau drawer, drawer by drawer. Take everything out. Pull out anything that is no longer worn. Put it in the donation box, bag, whatever. Fold, store your clothes that you're going to keep. Anything that you're going to keep, fold it, store it. Like a lot of people might have those summer. I don't have that. I used to have that when I had a bigger house. Like in the winter, take all my summer clothes and put them away, fold them up nice and neat, put them in the summer bin. And then in the summer, take all my winter clothes and fold them up and put them away. But it is not good practice to leave your winter clothes and your summer clothes mixed. It's just not good practice. But then sometimes you can live in a place, in a climate to where you don't know if it's going to snow today or if it's going to be 100 degrees tomorrow. So you got to be accessible to your winter clothes on your summer clothes at the drop of a hat. Yeah, we live in Michigan, so we kind of experience that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? If you keep your desk or your vanity table in your bedroom, tackle that too. Because I don't have a vanity, but I want one. So I can just imagine having my makeup and my perfume on a vanity. So you have to keep it organized. Make sure that you're not holding on to perfumes from 1955, because I imagine they don't have their potency anymore. But clean your vanity or your table desk off. If it's something that's on there that needs to go somewhere else, put it in your put away bin. Your put away bin, put it somewhere else. Toss it or recycle it, put it in the garbage, do something, but it should not be on your vanity. When you see your vanity, that should be your haven. That should be your safe place. That should be your safe space, right? Also, you need to return items to their proper place. Fold or hang or store any clothing under the store or hang any clothing that you just have not used in the last 6 months, because a lot of us hold on to things that we just haven't used and it's just taking up space. But the biggest thing that you would tackle in your room is the closet and your clothing, right? How many hate to deal with their closet or clothes? Like you just throw stuff in your closet, you throw the shoes in there, or if your stuff fall off the hangers because you got too much stuff in your closet. But in any event, you don't want to deal with your closet. So when you go to your closet, I want you to take a deep breath. And then it's time to declutter your closet. So the easiest way to tackle a closet is to first declutter your clothing by the type. That means start with shoes, then boots, then your dresses, then your denim, and etc. And that's how you start, with piece by piece, so that it's not so overwhelming. It's much easier to decide what you're gonna toss, or if you're gonna keep a pair of jeans. If you're looking at your entire jean collection at once, you start pulling out different types of clothing and decide what you will toss and what you will keep. So just attack it by clothing type first, and then you can move on to material, or like I said, long sleeve or short sleeve, or long dresses or short dresses. But if it's something in your closet that you haven't worn in 5 years, the chances are you are not going to wear it again. And I really want to know, what are you holding on to it for? Do you plan on wearing it again? Do you plan on, what do you plan on doing with it? It's just taking space. To me, it's taking up space for those new clothes that you're going to buy, for those new things that you're going to get for yourself. But once you've gone through all of your clothing type, you will have 4 piles to deal with. You're going to have a put away pile. So anything that was simply in the wrong spot, or example, if you had a pair of socks in your closet, put them in your dresser, right? Putting any dirty laundry in the hamper. That's your second pile. Anything that needs to go repaired to the tailor or the dry cleaner, then you have a dry clean pile. But then you have that get rid of clothes pile that I was talking about. Take them and donate them to the consignment shop, right? There's places now that you can take your clothes and you can make money off of. You can actually, my friend was telling me about it the other day, because I am in the process of decluttering my closet with stuff that I can't fit. And she was like, yeah, you could take it to the consignment shop and you can make some money off of it. Because I was like, really, like, I'm happy that I lost weight, but I'm sad that I have to give away these nice pieces that I really enjoy to wear, enjoy wearing, or paid a nice piece of money for. And it's like, dang, I'm just giving away something that I paid my money for. And so you can take it to the consignment shop. And so that's an idea for you guys. Take it to the consignment shop. So we did the bathroom, we did the bedroom, and I don't know how many people have a mud room or a entryway or foyer, but that is the next area that we are going to declutter. So if you have a traditional mud room or a foyer, you definitely have an entryway. So no matter how small it is, the best way to make an entryway more functional is to declutter it, right? Because when you come in the house, you hang your coat, you just throw your coat on the hook, or kick your shoes off, or throw your backpack and your purse, and you just have all of this stuff in your entryway. And when you come home, you're just like, ah. But let's declutter it, right? Let's declutter. Let's get your mind right. I know that the month of April, these podcast episodes that I'm giving you, they're very instrumental in this long-term goal of what we are creating here for Erica Lynn Speaks. Sometimes you got to get through the monotonous stuff in order to get to the great, because how can you add greatness on something that's cluttered? How can you expect to be great when everything is cluttered? If you don't have your paperwork in order, it's cluttered. How do you expect to finish that book? If you don't have your house in order because it's decluttered, how do you expect to have a clear mind and be the best at whatever it is that you're trying to be? So the goal here is for me to help you declutter, get rid of, let go, release all of that filter things that you're holding on to, so that you can be the best you, right? So you may not have a traditional mud room or a foyer, but you definitely have an entryway. So no matter how small it is, the best way to make an entryway more functional is declutter it regularly. Clean it out once a week, like set a day. Every Saturday morning, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna clean my hallway, I'm gonna clean my entryway. Some people take those coats and hang them up in the coat closet and never go and clean the coat closet out. Just because you put winter coats in there or your summer jackets doesn't mean that you don't have to clean it out, because there are probably coats in there that you would never wear because you bought a new one, or jackets that's old that somebody else could be warm. I see a lot of homeless people sleeping on the curb, and they can use some of those nice jackets that you got, right? But let's declutter it. Let's get it together. And also, the entry is another area that picks up a lot of clutter from the rooms. So when you coming out of your bedroom and you have your book or you have something and you too lazy to go back to your room and put it away, or go back and put it on the bookshelf. Sometimes we tend to leave it in the entryway or on the table in the hallway. Let's get rid of it. Let's put it away. Let's put it back where it belongs. And again, you have these bins that I told you about in the beginning that you're constantly using as you go through the house. And if you have the put away bin, you're taking this bin from room to room with you. So you're able to take the stuff that came out of your bedroom that actually belong in the living room. Then you can do that at that time. And it keeps down the confusion of what are you doing while you're cleaning. This is helping you stay organized in your cleaning process. Because have you tried to clean a room and you took everything out of one spot and you made one big old pile, and now you got everything in this pile, and you done spent all day cleaning the closet, and then you turn around and you look at this pile, and now you're overwhelmed because now you created another pile, which was the same thing that was in your closet. You just moved it from one place to the next. But if you use the bins that I've told you to use, then that keeps you organized while you're organizing, right? Does that make sense to somebody? Let me get a thumbs up, a shout out, or something. I mean, if I'm making sense, let me know. So after you clean the kitchen, no, after you clean the bathroom, the bedroom, the mud room, now it's time for you to clean your kitchen. And sometimes kitchens is overwhelming. I used to do my kitchen first. And then I realized that doing the kitchen first made no sense, because when you go in the bedroom, you might find a cup or a plate or something that needs to go in the kitchen. So I usually wait to do the kitchen last, because after you do all the other rooms, then you go in and you do the kitchen and you have the energy and you can get started. But when you're doing the kitchen, keeping your kitchen clutter free can be a challenge, right? How many know to keep your kitchen clutter free can be a challenge? Let me know. Like, it ain't easy. Nedra say she ready to declutter. She is ready to declutter. That's right, Teaser. I'm trying to teach somebody here today. I hope y'all learning something from me. And Deja says, yes, it does make good sense. But listen, it is a challenge cleaning your kitchen. Now, Nedra is a chef, so I know she has to cook all day and constantly keep the kitchen wiped down and keep it clean. But the one thing you don't want to do, right, is go to bed with a cluttered kitchen, because guess what? When you go to bed with a cluttered kitchen, you wake up with a cluttered kitchen. And so because there are so many activities that occur in the kitchen, cooking, eating, socializing, as a result, the kitchen does have many different types of the items stored in the kitchen. So you can choose to declutter your kitchen by focusing on one category of item at a time, like your cutting boards or glassware, utensils, or bakeware, for example, or going zone by zone in the kitchen, because the kitchen is made up of so many different parts. What did Nedra say? She says, I feel so much better when the house is clean and organized. See, that's what we're talking about. I know people hear me talking about decluttering and organizing, but the goal is after you declutter and organize, just imagine how you feel. I mean, you feel like you could take over the world. Kim said, for real, I like, listen, I'm telling you, I've been smiling from ear to ear, because I started cleaning the living room for the photo shoot. And the way that the living room turned out, I began to feel like I could breathe and free, right? And the things that was in here, I didn't put them back in here no more. I started tossing them, putting them in the bins, getting rid of it. And so now when I come home, I just smile, because the living room is bright and airy and cluttered free. And that's the goal, right? So the first step is to so we're talking about the kitchen. So the first step is to completely empty each space, assess each item, and put everything back where it belongs. So if you start on the kitchen drawers, take all of that extra stuff out that you don't need or don't use and will never use, and put the stuff back in the kitchen drawers that you do use. And remember, the items that you use the most, you want to have those at the drawers at the top and work your way down. But then move on to the lower cabinets, the drawers, the spaces. Start with your powerhouse storage spaces first, such as the pantry and your upper cabinets. Woo, like, so when you're cleaning out the cabinets, you start at the top cabinets first. So that means if you like me, I have to get a step ladder because I can't reach the top cabinets. But you clean the top cabinets out first, take everything out, put back what you need, what you're going to use. Make sure you wipe the cabinets out, so that way we killing two birds with one stone. You know how every April people like to do their spring cleaning because the sun starts shining in your house and you see dirt that you didn't see before because the wintertime it was all gloomy, and then when the sun starts shining, you're like, oh my God, okay, I gotta clean my house. Or a company come over when the sun's shining, and now you're embarrassed because it's dust and dirt everywhere. So you start with the top cabinets cleaning, taking out the things you ain't never going to use. Now I can see you having like crystal or expensive things, right? And you want to save those as heirlooms. I get that, but there's a such thing as having bowls that you're never going to use. The bowls that when you go to the grocery store, you get the butter bowl. When you go to the pastry counter or whatever, and they give you the potato salad bowl. And then when you look down in your cabinet, you have all of these bowls that you're not going to use. Listen, put that stuff in the recycle bin. Don't keep holding on to all of those bowls. I did that. When I moved from that house to this, I took all of them bowls and I put them in 2 bags. And so I had saved some so the kids can keep some at their house, right? So they can have plastic bowls. But when they helped me move, somebody brought those 2 plastic bags over here to my house. And for the first couple of days, I forgot to go and, take the bag and throw it away or discard it. So when my daughter came to help me unpack, she unpacked all the bowls and put them in one cabinet. And I went to looking and I was like, where is the bag so I could get rid of them? She was like, I put them away. I was like, oh, no, don't put all of those bowls in my cabinets. I'm not going to use an old butter bowl. I'm not going to use, like, it was a lot of bowls. I'm telling you, 2 bags full of bowls. So I went in there and I pulled all of those bowls back out, and I took them bowls and I tossed them in the garbage because for what? Like, nobody is coming over here. I'm not sending you home with a plate. I'm not sending you home with something that I could, because I just don't have to do that anymore. But anyway, get rid of it. Don't hold on to it. Please get rid of it. And finally, concentrate on your countertops. Woo! How many need to concentrate on your countertops? I'm telling you, remove all of that stuff off your countertops. Take it all off your countertops and introduce it into storage spaces, because now you got all this extra clean space because you clean the cabinets, the counters out first, the pantry. Take all of that stuff off your countertop. You may should have 1 or 2 things on your countertop, but please, you can't have the air fryer, what we got on the air fryer, the smoker, the cooker, the dish rack. Just everything on your countertop. You have no space to cook and to organize because you have all this stuff. So if you cleaned your cabinets and your counter, clean your cabinets and your pantry out, now you have somewhere to put some of these things that is all over the place, right? So after you clean your countertops, then finally take whatever you need to take and put it in the put away bin. So whatever is in the kitchen that don't belong in the kitchen, it belongs somewhere else in the house. Put it in your put away bin and return anything that does not belong in the kitchen. Take it and put it back in its rightful place, right? So put it back in its rightful place. So now we done did, let me see if I got it. We did the bathroom, the mud room, the bedroom, the kitchen. Now we're going to do the living room, right? So I talked about the living room earlier, how the living room really, really blessed me from just decluttering the living room the way I did. I feel so much better. Oh my God, I feel so much better. And I talked about the closet and the clothing, so that was like a separate thing. So number 6 is the living room, right? So the living room is one of the hardest rooms in the house to keep neat and clean every single day. Everybody can relate to that because it gets a lot of use. If you're not coming in there to sit down and watch TV or walking through the living room to go to the kitchen, when you come home, you just take your coat and your bag off and throw it on the couch or whatever it is. But or you sitting down to read a book in the living room. But the living room is the most used room in the house. And usually the living room does not offer a lot of storage, right? Because you got your couch, but you don't have a lot of storage. So many people have like their bookcases or, your TV stand, your TV console, but it don't hide much. So I'm going to give you guys the key to cleaning the living room. You have to decide on permanent storage spaces for commonly used items such as remote controls, magazines, and books. Meaning you have your bookshelves for your books, but where do you keep your magazines? I don't think that it's very nice to have the magazines spread out on the table, like you in the spread. That just looks cluttered. Find a place for your magazine. Get you a little cup holder or a little container, because they sell them now, to put your remote controls in so that they're not spread it out all over the place. Start with the bookcases, because decluttering this space regularly, meaning every week or every couple of days, you have to make sure you declutter the living room regularly, because if you don't, it's just going to keep getting junky. And when you come home from work, like you done had a hard day, and then you come home from work, and then you got to come home into a cluttered living room, you just like, when you first walk in the door. How many people don't want to experience that? How many people want to walk in the door and you experience happy? You just like, right? You feel a sense of release, a sense of relief, right? I know I do. I don't know about y'all, but start with the bookcases, your consoles, your side tables, then move on to your coffee table and entertainment center. Uh, empty them, assess the items that they store, and return them into their proper storage places. So oftentimes we use things, don't put it back where it belongs, add more stuff that doesn't go there. But if you practice that habit of putting things back into his proper place, then that will help you a whole lot with making sure that that living room and all your rooms are decluttered. But you got to put the books away. Reduce paper clutter. A lot of things we do now is technology. You don't even have to print out as much stuff as you had to. You don't have to get your bills mailed to you. You can get them online and save them into a file, an online file folder, instead of having all of this paper all over the place. Like, some people probably still have really, really old bills. Like, if you ain't pay, what's this, 2022? If you still holding on to a bill from 2020, 2020, 2019, if you ain't paid the bill by now, listen, you ain't gonna pay that bill. So get rid of it, shred the paper, or get a notebook that you keep track of everything. But don't hold on to all that paper. Oh my God, that's just too much. Get rid of the mail, shred the mail. So I hope everybody should have a shredder. If you don't have a shredder, you need to get one. Shred that stuff, shred that things that come in the mail with your name on it, and they trying to sell you something, or you to get a loan and they have some of your information on it. Shred it, get rid of it. Don't hold on to it, because then you're gonna have a piles and piles of paper. So shred that stuff, get rid of it, return, like I said, return the remote controls to their proper places. And if those of you like taking naps on the couch or sleeping on the couch with the blanket, don't get up and just leave the blanket there. Fold the blanket up if you're going to leave it on the couch, or fold the blanket up and put it in the closet where you keep the extra blankets. But do that. Okay? Can y'all do that for me? I mean, can y'all honestly, can y'all do that for me? Let me know that y'all can do that. So move on to the electronics, right? You got to remove everything that is connected. First, you got, like, with the electronics, because a lot of people have cords and stuff all over the place, and those cords are cluttered. So first, you have to unplug everything, remove everything from the home theater. You if you're not using it, you got to remove it. If it doesn't work, you got to ask yourself, do it work? Are you using it? Does this charger work? Is this gadget serving any purpose? Like, all the gaming equipment you might have the PlayStation, the Xbox, and you have 6 controllers, and you got like all of this all this equipment everywhere. Unplug it all. And then when you put back what you're actually using and what you actually need. Don't plug all of that stuff back up because you ain't using all of that. If you got a Nintendo 64 and you ain't using it, the Nintendo 64 shouldn't still be plugged up there because you want to the PlayStation. I get that you don't want to give it away, right? Because I know that thing probably adds value because it's something that you can still sell no matter what year it is. But quit holding, don't have it in that space. Fold it up nice and neat, pack it away in a packing box and say Nintendo 64. And so in 2040, then it'll be probably worth $10,000 or something. But don't have it sitting on your console collecting dust and in a way that, like, let's get rid of it. If you won't give it away to one of the kids, give it away or sell it or do something. But when you put everything back, then you want to get some of those strips where you can hide the cords to your items so that you don't have cords coming down the wall or cords all over the place. Get some rubber bands or some tie, like the bread ties, so that you can tie those cords together. And it just makes everything look a lot neater and nicer. But don't forget, while you're doing all of this, make sure you got that put away bin so that anything that's on that console, the console for your stand and all of that, if it doesn't belong there, put it in the put away bin. So when you go back to that room, you can take it out that put away bin and put it there or in its proper place. Now, the final place that you have to attack is the toys. I know many of you don't have any kids, but then there are some of you who do have small children. So when you tackle the toys, assess every toy for the wear and tear because kids are hard on toys. You got an arm hanging out, a leg hanging, and the neck probably hanging. Get rid of the toy, throw it away. Don't hold on to it, especially if your kids don't even use it and it's just there. But if they see you getting rid of it, oh, mama, don't get rid of that because that's my favorite toy, and they don't even use it. So when you clean the toy room, make sure you do it when the kids are not there. But get rid of it, donate it, put what belongs in a proper place. But you don't need 1,001 toys for one kid. So start going through it and get rid of some of that stuff. And ask yourself, do your kids still play with it? If they don't, recycle it. Recycle it or store each toy away if it's a toy that add value. Because there's some people who still have toys in the box, right? But I think that's probably more like adults. But ask yourself, though, honestly, if your kids still play with the toys if they don't need it. But this is what I said earlier is what I'm going to say today. Look, we done went through that hour already. So I got to ask you guys, if you guys have any questions for me, put them in the comment section because we got about 8 minutes to go and I can get your questions answered. I want to know, out of the 5 bins that I gave you guys, which bin, or if those 5, do you feel that those 5 bins will be helpful to you when you're going through your decluttering process? And out of the 6 rooms, and somebody else, out of the 6 rooms that I selected, what room in your house do you need to clean the most? Put that down in the comment section so that we can help you get decluttered and address the areas in your house. Because sometimes people, you just look at it, it's so overwhelming, and because it's overwhelming, you just turn around and walk out of the room and you never touch anything. But I hope that I helped you with how to get started, and when you get started, what to go to next after you start on this spot so that you're not so overwhelmed. So Deja says that she needs to clean the living room. Okay, so Deja, what struggles do you have with keeping the living room clean? And Teaser says she needs to work on recycling. Okay, so Teaser, do you have any recycle bins at home? Do you have any recycled garbage cans or buckets, things that something you can use for to recycle? And Teaser says she needs to clean the bedroom closet. So in the bedroom closet, remember, you're going to have to, every room or item or drawer that I told you to tackle, to clean, There's a process. You use the same process every time you go somewhere different. So when you start in the closet, you got to pull everything out the closet. But remember, don't take it all out the closet and just throw it in one pile. As you're taking it out of the closet, it's either going in one of the bins or it's going on the bed so that it can immediately go back hung up in the closet. And so you will find that the things that you hung back up in the closet are the things that you wear, that you need, and that you will use. And the things that you put in the bin will go into their proper place. So use those tools. It'll really help you. Kim's, and does that make sense to you, Teaser? Is that helpful? Kim said he needs to fix him in the bin for the win. I don't understand that. Kim, you got to break that down to me a little bit more. Deja, all my junk papers and random stuff in the living room. Okay. So now, Deja, what you're going to do with the junk papers in the living room, get you a couple bins. So you got your shred bin, you have your keep bin, and you have your bin, that the put away bin. And so for you, because more than one person live in your house, your put away bin will be the bin that you would use to give other people their mail. And so for you, because it's paper, I say shred bin instead of throw away, because shred it, but you will still need a throw away bin because I'm sure there's other stuff. So start with those bins and sorting everything in those bins. And when you put back on the cabinet that's in the living room, you're putting back only the things that you need. You dispersed everybody else their mail. You discarded the sales paper, because you know how the grocery store papers come in the mail and they might go up there with the junk. Throw that stuff away. If you know you're not going to go to the grocery store, then throw it away. But make sure when you give everybody their mail, say, take your mail in your room, or if I come over, tell me to take my mail home. Okay, so I hope that helps help you, Deja. Now, Teaser says no, but I do keep a bag with recycling and donating. My problem is purses. So does that mean you buy a lot of purses, or you just keep purses that you're never going to use again, and you just keep looking at them like, one day I'm going to buy an orange dress to match this orange purse, and that one day never comes? Well, guess what? Get rid of it, Teaser. Put that orange purse in the donate bin, okay? Sonya says, Erica, internet video available. Erica, internet video available later. I just came in and late. And oh, okay. Okay. Oh, so you watched it late, so you have to watch it again. Gotcha. Now, okay. So then Kim, he says, you had said earlier to pick a bin. Right. Okay, I got you, Kim. Look, I had threw 3 things out there at once, and then everybody started commenting at the same time. So Kim, I got a little thrown off. So my bad. But thank you for getting me together, Kim. I appreciate you. So Deja says, will do, and thanks for the advice. You're welcome, Deja. She also says, I'll get my bins today. Now that brings music to my ears. So I hope everybody is motivated to get your bins. And if you guys just joined the podcast because you didn't hear what we talk about, I gave you some for real tips that you can use to help declutter your house, and the best way to do it so that you're not overwhelmed while you cleaning. Teaser says, buy and keep. Teaser, if you buy new things, that means that you're getting rid of the old things and making room for the new things. You shouldn't still be holding on to the old things that you don't use anymore. So get rid of it and make room for the new things. Also, what did you say? I'm right. Oh, she said, I'm right, y'all. Anyway, you guys are phenomenal. I appreciate your love and support. And we have some great things coming up. Next week, Pastor Leon will be joining us. Pastor Leon McDonald III from the Winter Circle Church. He will be talking about decluttering spiritually, right? Because if you guys notice, the information that I provide for you is to help you to be happier and healthier and whole and feel like you can accomplish and do whatever you want to do. And then sometimes when you don't play big in your life, it's because something is holding you back. And how many of you guys know that a junky house can hold you back because you functioning halfway out there in the world? But when you come home, you don't have anything to rejuvenate you, to motivate you, to encourage you, to keep you going. Because sometimes you're like, I don't even want to go home, or you're not even getting a proper sleep because you didn't, your house is cluttered and you have to clean it so that it is your sanctuary. And I'm gonna tell you, when like I told you guys, I cleaned the living room and I started going room by room, cleaning the house. I laid up in that bed that night and I was like, oh, I feel like a princess. And I did. I felt like a queen because I felt like the queen of my castle. And when I wake up in the morning and I seen that everything was clean, it just made me smile. And that spilled over into my work life. It spilled over into my car. It spilled over into other areas in my appearance. My appearance, it just, everything just kind of ties in together. And so when you want to play big in your life, you got to take small steps. You got to attack each area one by one. And so when you see the finished result, like you walk around and you just feel so much better, and everybody is looking at you like, what's gotten into you? Give me some of what you got. And you got to say, I decluttered. I decluttered. I have a free mind. I'm loving me, right? Because that's what you're doing when you declutter the areas in their life. You're saying to yourself, I love me. I'm loving me. So I'm ready to play big. And I hope you guys are ready to play as big as I am, because I'm telling you, listen, y'all gonna see. We're gonna start releasing some things real soon. But it killed me sometimes when I can't get on here and share what I'm doing or what we working on. But we got it going on. You'll see, you guys are going to see. But in order for me to produce and share with you guys, I had to get organized. So I had to organize my house, my life, my car, my business, my finances. I'm telling you, I did. I'm organizing everything. I'm decluttering. And so I hope these tips help somebody today, somewhere, that's watching this podcast. I hope you understand that decluttering everything in your life will allow you to be free, to breathe free, and to be ready to go on to that next level. Because sometimes things come for you, and if you ain't ready for it, it'll pass you by. And you'll be surprised how something like a cluttered house will cause you to miss out on an opportunity. Cluttered finances will cause you to miss out on an opportunity. A cluttered car will cause you to miss out on opportunities. What opportunities? You say a cluttered car. What if you wanted to Uber or DoorDash, or somebody's like, oh, can you pick me up? I'll pay you this to do. You can't, because your car is cluttered. So this is what I'm saying to you. Decluttering these areas in your life will help you save money, get money, will help you get opportunities, have better experiences. And at the end of the day, love on you the best way that you can love on you. I hope this helps somebody. I hope this helps somebody. I'm telling y'all, I know it wasn't the laugh and joking podcast that I normally do and have y'all falling and rolling all over the floor, but I really needed to kick real to you guys today, because what happens is you start one place and it adds on and expounds, right? And you go on to the next level. So this was just one level. So this was God saying to you that you need to begin to declutter your house, declutter areas in your life so that he can bless you. You got to make room. How can God bless you when you don't even have no room for the blessings? So declutter these areas so that you can make room for the blessings that God is about to bestow upon you. Okay? That's all I got to say. If you guys don't have any questions or anything else to say, I hope this podcast blessed you. I hope it benefited you. But I'm just going to leave you with one word: declutter. Declutter. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Erica Lynn Speaks Podcast. Y'all know we here every Wednesday. If you didn't share this podcast, make sure you share this podcast with somebody. tell them, come and see Erica Lynn, because we're going to be on fire. We got to talk about decluttering spiritually next week. Because, yeah, many of us, we holding on to things that we got to let go. So we got to let it go so that God can bless you. Make room for your blessings. If I hear from you and you say I done missed that blessing, I'm going to say, oh, you didn't declutter. That's my time, you guys. I got to get ready for my meeting with my team at 8:30. Because we got some things that we're working on that we'll be able to reveal to you guys really, really soon. But in order for me to go at the high level that I go at, is because I had to take a look at myself and realize that areas in my life was cluttered. And so when I began to declutter them, I see God began to send me blessings that I didn't expect. So I appreciate you guys. I love you always for joining us. Jeannie said, preach. This was real talk. Deja said, great show. So I hope that you guys really did get something from this show. That I hope it was a blessing. And I hope it rang to somebody somewhere that just keep looking at this mess in their house every day, all of this clutter. And you keep saying, why is my life not going the way that it should? So I'm telling you right now why it's not. That you need to declutter. You need to get it you need to get it together. If you need help, let me know. So I gotta go. Kim, I'll see you guys in the meeting. And always remember this one thing. It only takes just one step beyond you. God bless you. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. So don't forget to join Pastor Leon and I. I love you guys. This podcast was brought to you by EricaLynnSpeaks.com. Sign up for your free consultation today at EricaLynnSpeaks.com/work with me. And just remember, it only takes just one step beyond you.